people used to do it, whether it was moving their arm or correct the physical problem. It didn't work on everybody. It worked on about 65% of people. Anyway, I sort of left the healing until I was about 30. I was still interested in it, got rid of friends and family's toothaches and that kind of thing, bad backs, but I never took it seriously. I was more interested in the family business and you know, the usual thing that you do with cars and all that kind of stuff when I was an 18-year-old kid. So when I got to about 31, I decided handbags is what family are into, not into in a funny kind of way, into as a business where we were selling handbags. And I decided, right, do I want to sell handbags for the rest of my life? Because it is a life sentence, and some people in this audience might know about it. It's a life sentence, handbags. So I thought, no. And I didn't know what to do. And I went on a sort of a pilgrimage, if you like, to try to find out what I was going to do. So I went to Israel, and I visited my uncle, and I stayed there for a while. I didn't know what I was going to do. I thought, well, maybe I can do something. I didn't know what. And one day, my uncle comes in, and he's going like this. Oh, he says, "Oh, my back's killing me." He picked up this crate of oranges, and it hurt his neck and his back. And I said, well, I used to do this healing thing when I was younger. Let me have a go. I'll try to fix it for you. So I put my hands on him, and I said, can you feel it? He said, no. I said, can you feel any heat? He said, no. I said, you feel nothing? I said, no. He said, I'd like it to work, Coby, because, you know, obviously believe you, but, you know, I've got to be honest, nothing's happening. So I thought, well, maybe I haven't done it for a while, so it's not working anymore. Anyway, so I forgot about it. I said, right, I'm sorry, it doesn't work. Obviously, I've not been using it, so it's gone. In the morning, he comes knocking on my door. He said, it's gone, everything's gone. And then it was all the relatives, everybody in the street, and then I started doing healing all over the place. And I came back to England thinking, right, I'm going to give this healing lock a chance. And I was driving down the road in Bury, which is just outside here, and I saw this sign, and it said healing, cranial osteopathy, physiotherapist. And I went in, and she had like this lady had like 10,000. It's a bit of an exaggeration. Had loads of things on the wall. She had a wall that big with certificates for different things. And I said to her, look, I don't know anything about it, but I seem to be able to do this healing thing. And she said, oh, I am interested in healing. Will you just come in a minute? So I said, right. I thought, if somebody came to me with that, I wouldn't take any notice of them. I think they're crazy, kick them out. But no, she was sort of keen and knowing what I was doing. So she said, can you just come in a minute? I've got this person here. He's got a motor neuron disease. I said, what's that? He said, well, she said, I won't tell you what it is. She said, just do whatever you do on him, and we'll take it from there. So I do my thing. And when I say I used to do my thing, I used to do healing like playing with magnets. I don't know if you've ever played with two magnets. If you get two north poles of a magnet, you put them together, or two south poles, they repel each other. And I used to be able to feel this sort of magnetic field around the body. And where there was a problem, there was a kind of a dip in the energy field. So it was feel like I was hovering across the body, sort of like 4 or 5 inches above, and then there'd be like a dip, like there was no energy in the particular place. So I'd concentrate and try to fill up the energy in that particular position. Then I'd go around to the next point, filling up. There's like filling up little potholes in the energy field. And then when I went around the body, that was it. So I said, well, that's it. So he said, so the guy said, she said, how do you feel? So he said, well, I feel a lot better. He said, well, how much better? He said, well, I feel about 70% less pain. So I said, well, it hasn't cured him. She said, no. She said, I didn't expect you to cure him. We're just seeing if it was going to help with the pain. So I thought, right, well, it wasn't sort of majorly impressive to me. She said, well, look, I'd like to see more what you do. I'll bring some patients here that I've tried to help myself, and we've got to a certain point with their treatment, and I can't get past this point. So you do it, I'll keep an eye on you, I'll monitor you in the entire time. I said, well, if anything happens, she said, no, well, look, I'm monitoring you there, I'll make sure they know what's going on, and it'll all be by agreement and everything. So I did it, and then every day she'd bring people in, frozen shoulder, bad back, and we'd get some amazing results. One day, but I still thought it was psychological, because I thought all this was psychological. I thought if you believe something, it'll happen. If you really believe that you're going to get healed, it'll happen. And I thought it's like one of these belief, mind over matter things. So anyway, so she was convinced, and I wasn't convinced. It was a weird, funny way around. She was totally convinced about what I was doing, but I wasn't. So I said, well, I haven't seen anything major. She said, right, okay, fine, but look, I'm telling you, something's going on here. I've not been able to help these people, and you have helped them, so there's something going on. And I've got someone here today, she was about a 17-year-old kid, and she had, well, I didn't know at the time what she had. She said, just do it. But basically what she had a curved spine. They put, one leg was growing longer than the other, so they put pins in her leg to kind of stop the excessive growth, and it actually reversed. So the long leg went shorter and the short one went longer, and basically she was all twisted on one side. So with the curved spine and one leg shorter, she was basically hopping around everywhere. She was hopping. She was like Skippy. She was hopping everywhere she was going. So, but she never told me. She said, I'm not telling you anything, just do what you did. So start doing my thing. And suddenly I get to her hips, and suddenly she starts moving around, and I'm thinking, oh. She said, oh, it hurts. I said, oh God, I'm making it worse here. She said, no, it hurts. She said, well, no, she said, carry on. I said, what do you mean? She said, it hurts. She said, it's okay, you just carry on. She's all right, she's fine. Just carry on. So I carry on, and she's like moving around and all weird stuff, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. And I got round to her other hip, and she's moving even more, and then suddenly everything went quiet. She said, the pain's gone. I said, oh. No, she said, all the pain's gone. I said, well, what pain did you get? Oh, she said, you won't believe. So she sits up on the treatment couch, because we used to do it on the treatment couch, and her mother comes in. She said, well, what's happened? She said, well, pain's gone. So she's just about to get off the couch. So she gets off the couch, and she gets on the floor, she goes, she's like slams her foot down on the floor. I'm thinking, what's going on? And she says, and then her mom starts crying. I'm thinking, what's going on here? She's crying, and she's like got a big smile on her face, the daughter, and I'm thinking, what's going on? So she stood up, she starts walking, and she's got a little bit of a limp. She said, well, she said, I'm walking. So she said, I couldn't walk before. I was hopping around everywhere because one leg was longer than the other. So I said, are you trying to tell me that in the last 20 minutes that leg's grown 5 inches? So the physiotherapist said, don't be stupid, it's not grown 5 inches. What's happened is she had a curved spine, so that was exaggerating it, because one hip was up and that was connected to the shorter leg. So the hip that was up, that was connected to the shorter leg, was exaggerating this leg length difference. So when the spine straightened out, both legs were on the floor. So she said, now that is not psychological, because we can show you the x-rays. It's physically impossible. So I thought I was Jesus of Nazareth after that. Get me sandals out and